She's not sleeping. I thought that she was going to sleep. But then she started crying. But I just put the Charlie Brown movie on. Shit, hopefully she goes to sleep. She was ready to go to sleep. She was ready. She was ready. Hopefully she'll go back to sleep. Or she'll go to sleep. Hesha, what is my spiritual connection with Nathan? I'm so confused. While on vacation in Jamaica, I've been crying and missing him. We barely know each other, but I'm aware that we have strong feelings. What do you mean, what is your spiritual connection? Anytime somebody doesn't, like, if you don't know somebody that well and you have this, like, intense connection and you feel like, oh my God, like, to me, if this is somebody that you don't know that well and you're crying and you're missing them, but you're not really connected, you're not in a relationship, you don't know each other for years, most of the time, those are warning signs, to me anyway, that this is something that may be out of reach, or maybe it's like a soul wound kind of a thing. It's like something that you want so badly, but there's no, like, you don't know the person well enough to be, if you're not in, if you don't know somebody well enough and you're not in a relationship with them and you don't know them like previously, like, why are you crying over this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you that there is a spiritual connection because it sounds more like it's a a soul wound thing. It's like craving somebody who is going to prove to you exactly what you believe about yourself. I know it sounds like, wait a minute, how would I know that? But if you look back on your past, these super intense feelings that come in with people that are virtually strangers are not some kind of spiritual destiny. It's usually something that comes in that teaches us a tough lesson. So I would be skeptical with that. Being on vacation and crying over somebody who you don't know very well, that to me is not a spiritual thing. It's more of a soul wound. It's, yeah, I would be cautious with that. Anything that comes on too strong. It's not to say that their feelings aren't real. The feelings could be very real. They're not based on anything that's substantial. Like, you can't be head over heels in love with somebody who you've never had a relationship with or never met, because you just don't know them well enough. You know, it's like if somebody tells me a long distance relationship, oh, that's my long distance boyfriend. But you don't know him well enough to be, how could you be in love with somebody that you've never spent time with, that you never, you know, you don't know what their quirks are. You don't know what their spending habits are. You don't know what their eating habits are. You don't know what their hygiene is. You know, it's like you're in love with the fantasy of the idea of the situation that could possibly be, which is always better in our heads than it is in reality. It's not a spiritual connection. It doesn't mean the feelings aren't real. The feelings are real. But it's not about that person. It's about something that we want or that we desire, and that person is just playing the role. I would be careful because this could spell a tower moment at some point. I would be cautious with this. Yeah, I don't know how long you've known this person, but I would be cautious. It's, if you don't know this person very well and all of a sudden you have these crazy feelings, it's probably a karmic thing that is going to, it's going to bring a tower moment. Because what happens is, in a soul, first of all, forget about the, I can't with the twin flame thing. The twin flame thing drives me nuts. Because the passion or the desire that people feel, that they equate the twin flame with, it's usually the feeling of, I need to be with this person, this is my person. But there is no one person. And those relationships that are very intense or seem to be very intense tend to be disasters. They don't tend to be long lasting good relationships. And then the people that are like, oh, well, you know, this is a karmic bullshit. Those karmic situations sometimes function really well because they're not toxic. They don't go in extreme highs and extreme lows. And if you're on vacation and you're spending your time crying over someone who you're not really with or that you don't know that well, there is more to this than a spiritual connection. This is It deals with the soul wound underneath. The desire to have something, the desire to be something, that you feel like you're not without this person. It's not something that is like meant to be. And I think that that's the problem, that most people fall into this trap. Oh, the feelings are so intense. I've had situations like that too. They're so intense, and this must mean something. What it means is that you have to look at yourself. What's going on with yourself? Because that's where the answers are. The answers are not in that person or the connection to that person, especially if it's not somebody that you don't know so well. So I would be cautious, because there is a tower moment coming. Or, I mean, it could be avoided. You could avoid it, but you have to answer those questions yourself. Like, what is it that makes me feel this way? One time I was in a situation like that, and I didn't know enough back then at the time. And looking back on it, after going through all of these different, going to all these different teachers and trying to learn, yeah, but how could you tell me that my feelings weren't real? No, the feelings are real. But the feelings about that person isn't real. It's what that person is representing in your life. And it's like, well, no, that's not true. It's about them. No, it's not, because you don't really know this person. Just like I didn't know my person. I knew of them, had conversations with them. We spent time together, but I mean, I didn't know them. Like, I couldn't tell you, intimate details about them, because I didn't know them that well. I didn't spend that kind of time with them. I would say we were acquaintances, friends, but we weren't like, we didn't have a relationship together. But in my head, we were. In my head, we were going to. That's what I thought. No, this feeling means something. This is what I believe. And coming to unravel it after going through all these different teachers, the one that made the most sense to me, that it was a combination of escaping from the reality that I was living in the moment, and that person in reality never would have lived up to my expectations of him in my head. Never. It would have been a total disappointment, because I had him built up to something that we don't know if he was, because I didn't know him that well. Anyhow, yeah, I would be cautious with something like that. And I would like take a step back and figure out where this intensity is coming from. Libra, general for this upcoming week. Got a new journey on the horizon with the Fool. Got success coming in. You've got laying down the law, setting up boundaries serves you well. You may possibly going back to school or learning a new area of study, and you're getting unstuck. Things are starting to move forward. Water sign comes in that may be of significance. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Seashell, spirit cards. Nine of Water, your wishes come true. Concerns fade away, a love of life. Lovers, Archangel Raphael, intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions, good health. The Knight of Earth, loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. You've got a guardian angel. But you got a good one. T-Vet Love. Got a new journey on the horizon with success around it. You might need to lay down the law and set up boundaries, but things are starting to move forward. Who's it going to be with? Water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. It also may be very passionate. And you got a Sagittarius around. You also have a Pisces coming in. Listen to your intuition. Intuition is heightened, especially around matters of the heart. Destiny, when will I get pregnant? Well, if you're in a relationship and you're actively trying, that can happen at any moment. Divine timing. But if you're not in a relationship and you have nothing on the horizon, I can't answer that, because like I don't know what your situation is. Because it comes through divine timing. Like pregnancy, Like you have, unless you have an issue with like fertility, and you've been to the doctor and they're like, oh, you have whatever. Um, Pregnancy is free will. You decide when you're going to get pregnant. And it could be as soon as 3 months. But if you're in the relationship, you've had the discussion, divine timing steps in, it could be before the end of this year. But I don't know where you are. It's like I can't answer that question if, it's like if you're not dating anyone and you're not, in the, or married and you're not planning to have a child, you're not going to get pregnant. Do you know what I mean? Pregnancy Pregnancy is free will, weight loss is free will, even getting a job and making money is all free will, because you can have job opportunities come up, but if you don't go to the job, you're not going to get paid. Same thing with pregnancy. The only time I really think somebody needs to ask about pregnancy is if they've been trying and it's just not happening. But if you're like, okay, we've been working on trying to have a baby for the last 6 months and it's not working, then that's different. But if you haven't been actively trying, that would be the first thing, because it can happen pretty quick. Cece, when will I hang out with M next? I would say probably within the next 7 to 10 days, relatively soon. Tiffany, general. It looks like you've got over the next week, or maybe week to 10 days, you've got steady business partners coming in. You've got a new business opportunity on the horizon, feeling like you're getting better paid, better compensated. You also may have a soulmate connection that comes in. It looks like the love cup is full and anxiety is moving into the past. You also may have some money coming in. That's pretty good. New me. Why baby daddy's short with me? It's like he avoids talking to me. Yeah, he is avoiding. He's got sharp energy around himself and he's holding himself back. I don't know. It seems to be a little bit. I don't know that I don't think he's angry with you, but it seems like he's got a lot going on. He's feeling very burdened. It's all going to come out with the Fool in reverse. And he's been feeling unsuccessful or like he can't get ahead. And you're going to find out. He's probably going to tell you. It's not about you, though. Like, it's not. He's not like he's mad at you. It's like he's frustrated at the world. And he's frustrated with the people in it. Love Tulip. Hello. And Jay's next move towards me after his trip. Communication comes in. I think he's going to want to see you. Yeah, probably pretty soon after he gets back. I mean, you could still hear from him even though he's away. But when he comes back, he'll probably want to see you. Davy, love. Okay, you've got, somebody may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Could be a Scorpio. But you know what? You're going to have choices. You've got choices. You've got a Libra, Sagittarius, and a Virgo. But feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain, a disappointment moves into the past and you're no longer holding yourself back. The hard work that you put into love comes back to you, but it seems like the Scorpio may come in with an offer that would be hard to turn down. Adonis, that's exactly right. But you know what? This is what bothers me, and I've said this before. I think that people sell the twin flame thing. This is what I think. I could be wrong, because if you keep telling somebody that this person who is showing them no, telling them, I'm not interested in you. I don't want to be with you. They don't answer your phone calls. They don't get back to you. They're dating other people. But if you keep telling somebody who's in a vulnerable state, yeah, this is your twin flame. He's supposed to treat you like that. Yeah, this is normal. This is normal. What's going to happen is he's going to realize that you're the one he wants to be with. It keeps that person coming back because they want to hear that. The people want to hear what they want to hear, right? So this person now that is in a vulnerable state to begin with is going to go back to the person that keeps telling them, oh, but he loves you. Oh, but she doesn't mean anything to him. And meanwhile, you're like, he hasn't returned a phone call in the last 2 years. But that's because he's the runner. You're the chaser and he's the runner. It's supposed to be like this. And that pisses me off. If it's one lesson I've learned is when somebody tells you they don't want to be with you, they're not lying. That reminds me of my friend Matt. I mean, really, how many times did he have to tell me he wasn't interested in me? But I still was like, well, I think we have a connection. He was like, trust me, we don't. Anyway. Manny, does the Virgo ever feel bad for hurting me? Not yet. Not yet, they haven't, but one day they will. And I hate saying that because that's like, one day you'll see. And I hate saying that because it's like, well, who gives a fuck about one day? But they're not feeling the sorrow just yet or the regret just yet, but they will. Kevin, why did my ex-mother-in-law and my cousin choose to destroy me and my ex-wife? So it was your ex-mother-in-law along with your cousin worked against you and your wife breaking the two of you up. It seems as if the mother-in-law seems to have very narcissistic qualities, very much in control, and she does not hold back. When she wants something, she figures out how to get it. Unfortunately, the daughter or the ex-wife is afraid of the mom and does what she wants. The cousin, I'm surprised at, because the cousin may also be feeling as if they have been treated very unfairly in this situation as well. Who knows? Narcissists know how to use people and then discard them. So there may have been something that was promised to that cousin and that she never fulfilled it. But it's not that your cousin turned on you on their own will. It was coming from the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law made them do it. I mean, you can't make somebody do something, but narcissists are pretty good at getting what they want. In the moment, it doesn't last forever, because sooner or later people find out what they are, and they get exposed, and it all falls to pieces. But in the meantime, it could cause a lot of turmoil. Love Tulip, how will the next time I see NJ go? It looks good. It looks good. It looks like you're happy to see one another. Four of Wands is promising for the future. It also looks like you're feeling very well balanced, feeling like you're not holding yourself back, feeling like they're putting in a little bit more attention. Looks good. Lita. Will he respond to the DM I already sent when I commented on his story, or will I eventually have to send another one for him to reply or notice me? Will he eventually reply? I think he's going to reply. Yeah, I don't think you have to send another one. Not right now, anyway. Oh, hi, J.A. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Shirley, the Aries oh, you're an Aries. What did the ex-Capricorn think of my message? They may have been surprised. They may have, I don't know what the situation was or how you left off, but they got a little sharp energy around this situation. But I think that you may hear back from them. They feel like they put in a whole lot of hard work and they didn't see much of a payoff. Give them a moment. I think they're going to respond to you. I don't know what the sharp energy is about. But they still have a little bit of sharp energy. They also may be feeling like a disaster, or it may have struck a nerve, whatever it was that you sent, and like shook them up emotionally. Davy, general for this week. Okay, it looks like you got the love cup full and a wish and cause for celebration that comes in around love. Aside from that, the hard work that you put into your business, school, career, whatever you do all day comes back to you. Being guided by the divine, anxiety is moving into the past and your life is moving forward with a little bit of good luck. Could be doing something around the house, work around the house, upgrading your home, changing homes, entertaining at your home, whatever it is, it's positive. A disappointment moves into the past. You could hear from somebody from your past, or reconnect with somebody from the past. They may come in and give you an offer that would be hard to turn down. You have a wish, put it out into the universe. You got choices. It should be a pretty good week. Red, what happens if I reconnect with Sag? You start a new journey. It should be a little bit more balanced. It looks like things start to move forward a little bit more romantically. The Magician, you got the ability to make it happen. Doesn't look bad. Looks like it's got potential. Yeah, people, they do take advantage of vulnerable people. And then aside from that, they charge them a crazy amount of money. And forget about the money. The person is in a lot of emotional pain. You know, it's like if you, I purposely used to go see this one woman, Cecilia, years ago, hoping that she was going to tell me I wasn't, that was it, that it was over. Because when I heard that, I felt like when she would say that to me, I would be like, okay, I can move forward with my life now. I know that this isn't going to work for me. Stop the madness and move on with your life. And if you kind of disconnect from someone, you can move past them pretty quickly. It's when you keep it, like you keep a perpetual cycle. Like that's, you don't hear from them for 3 weeks and then all of a sudden they call. You don't see them for a month and a half and then all of a sudden they want to hang out. Like that is bad because that takes a long time to get over. Because after 2 weeks, you're like, well, last time it took him 3 weeks, but he called, right? So that just keeps you waiting and waiting and waiting. And meanwhile, what's happening? Nothing. What a waste. And I've been there. I mean, I think most of us have been there. Adonis, sadly, I had a friend who was a victim of twin flame idea and they fell for the toxic relationship. Yeah, and sometimes it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to, before you realize that you're being scammed. Yeah, it's supposed to be toxic. Yeah, that's right. So these people with their karmic relationships that actually get along, that he calls and she answers and he shows up when he says he's going to, those boring relationships that function well, they're not twin flames. But the twin flame that's ignoring you and dating your best friend and telling you to go fuck yourself, that's what you're chasing after. But you can understand that person when they're in the vulnerable state. I've been there. I think everybody has. Red, did Dane realize I was right? What did I call him? Dane? I meant Rain. What the hell is wrong with me? I don't know that he wants to admit it, but he knows you're right. Kevin, do I get everything back? My wife, my children, and all my riches and time? I hope so. Let's see. There is plenty of growth, change, and transformation coming in and around this situation. You could definitely get what you want in this situation. It just seems like it could take a long time, and I hate to see you suffer through that, but that just may be how it is. I mean, the mother-in-law is going to expose herself for who she is. There's no doubt about that. And I wouldn't be shocked if people have already started to see it. Like, people that are manipulating are really good in the moment, but they're really dumb long term. So they lie a lot and they get caught pretty easily. Do you at least get a chance to see your kids? I hope so. Davey, I got my tarot cards. Oh, congratulations. Did I get the right ones? They're confusing. That story you told. I think we had a connection. No, trust me, we don't. I swear, there was this situation that I always talk about the guy I had the crush at the bar. My friend said, she's like, I swear to God, when the two of you stood next to each other, she's like, I could feel it. How could I feel the intensity from across, not across the room, but like, if her and I were here and he was like right there, she's like, I could feel the intensity. How could that not be real? The feeling is real. It's just that the feeling doesn't have to really do with that person, just what that person is representing. But yeah, it's crazy. Did I get the right ones? What did they look like? Do they look like these? Like, this is the Eight of Cups. Does your Eight of Cups look like this? These are the easiest ones that I think to learn on. This is what the Five of Cups looks like. Did I get the right ones? I think you did. I think you did. See, I think that these are harder, right? If you're used to, like, these are kind of universal, so the pictures are all the same. And when you get new ones that are kind of different, you sort of have to make an adjustment. Especially because, like, I feel like our minds work on pictures easier. So it's easier to recognize this is the King of Cups if you keep seeing it over and over again. This here, Three of Wands. If you want to take a couple of pictures and email them to me, I'll tell you if you got the right ones. I mean, there's no wrong ones. It's just that some of them, like even these spirit cards are basically the same thing, right? Because we've got, this is the air suit, which would be equal to the swords, which would also be the same as the spades and the playing cards. So they're all pretty much the same. It's almost like translating languages, but it all comes down to very similar. King of Water would be the King of Cups or the King of Hearts. So they're all the same. It's just, it could get confusing until you kind of learn what they are. Lita, I may have to get a job. I don't want a temporary. Do you think that the crime scene job will open this month? Or will I have to settle? Okay, will crime scene open this month? According to the cards, there's only a 33% chance that it opens before the end of October. I think it'll happen before the end of the year. But if you have to get something before then, I mean, it depends. I know you said you don't want something temporary, but, like, there's a lot of seasonal shit that's starting now. Halloween stores, Christmas stuff is going to start, and it's temporary. You could take something temporary and wait for that crime scene. And then you wouldn't have to worry about, like, leaving a good job, Not to say that a seasonal job isn't good, but it's temporary, or it could be temporary. Sometimes they hire you full-time. My friend's mom worked at, and another woman that I worked with, both of them one worked at Sears and the other one J.C. Penney, just for the holiday season, but then didn't leave after the holidays. Davy, Sagittarius from the summer. Well, it looks like you should be hearing from her. A disappointment around the situation moves into the past, feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain. The relationship, whatever happens next, should be well balanced and well functioning. You've got the Magician and the Love Cup is full. So I don't know what's going to happen if she reaches out to you or you reach out to her. I think she's going to reach out to you. And then Six of Pentacles, it should be better functioning. Oh, thank you, Lita. Well, sometimes I felt, like I said, when I used to see that woman, Cecilia, I used to see her because I knew that she would tell me the truth. Like, is this over? Because if it's over, I want to know. And this is back at the time that I was dating the guy that was in the Navy. And, you know, like, she's like, there were a couple times that she was like, I just can't tell you it's over because I see him coming in. And even though he came in, he was around, nothing ever really, you know, that was a bogus situation. I don't know what that was all about, but anyway. But, you know, it's terrible to string somebody along or to give somebody false hope. And then what happens? It's like one day you got to wake up and realize the ugly truth. It's better to know what you're dealing with. There is nobody in this world that we can't get over. There's just nobody. Because we're all human. We're all the same. So we all make mistakes. We all have days where we smell bad or we don't care what we look like. I mean, look at me today. I used that waxing kit and I wasn't thrilled with it. It's a kind of wax that you don't use the strips. You just peel it off with the wax and I don't know, whatever. So there's nobody that we can't get over. We can be hurt. It could take a long time. It could be traumatic, but we can get over them. But if somebody keeps telling you and you believe that person because you want to believe it, and meanwhile, it's like the person you haven't heard from him in 10 years. That's horrible. That kind of heartache is terrible. Kevin, what happens the first day that my ex loses her house? Does she come to me on that day when she is homeless? I'm concerned. Let's see. Does she come to me when she's homeless? I think she is going to come to you. Why didn't her mom help her out with this house? You got 3 aces. I think she's going to come to you when she's homeless. Why didn't her mom give her money for the house? I'm wondering if her mom is trying to control it so that she's got control over her and the kids. That won't last. It's not going to last if that's what the mother's thinking. I don't know when the last time was that you spoke to her, but... And you're sure that the house is in foreclosure and it's being foreclosed on. What a shame. God. Julie, would it be the same old C with C after today? Well, you could give him the benefit of the doubt because it does show that you got some nice karma coming in. And it looks like disappointments are moving into the past. Let's see what happens. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he's kind of opened up for him, right? Like, he doesn't usually say that much. And that was positive, so I would give him the benefit of the doubt because at this point, you know, like you're still into that connection. No, I don't get to see my children because she can't get any money. My ex... That's terrible. I'm not about to give that money shit, and I'm not going to give no woman money. Yeah. But, you know, your kids are still your kids. You still should be able to see them. You shouldn't have to give gifts to the ex-wife in order to see your children. Julie, when will C be coming by again? Pretty soon, probably sometime this week, maybe like later on in the week, like maybe Wednesday or Thursday. The Rider deck, okay, that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so you know what? Like when you get confused, look at the picture. And what is the picture showing? Right? It's a disaster. Look at it. It's a fucking disaster. Right? This one, the star. What do you do when you see a star? You make a wish. It's not that confusing if you just don't let it overwhelm you. You know, like you could pick one card a day, you know, and just learn about that one card. Or you can break them up into, I'm going to learn all the aces, or I'm going to learn all like that. Liz, love this week. Well, it looks like you got cause for celebration comes in around things moving forward. The world is at your feet and not feeling stuck anymore. Got a water sign around, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You got a new journey on the horizon. An old wound starts to heal and move into the past. And communication looks good. Let's see what happens. Should be a good week. Thea, what can I expect in the near future? Like balance is coming back to life. You're prepared to kind of take on the world. The weight of the world melts off your shoulders. If you've been recently feeling held back or stuck, that's changing. You're no longer feeling like you're anxious. That's all moving into the past. A Virgo enters that could be of significance. Four of Wands, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. It's positive, whatever it is. Lover's card could be entering a soulmate union. It also looks like you've got some good luck coming in. Some good karma coming back to you. Not bad. Oh, damn. The house went into foreclosure. Her mom didn't give her the money because she doesn't feel she's responsible for her daughter's prostitution she was doing with the two men. Yeah, but what about the kids? You know, like I can understand having tough love with your own children, but what about the grandchildren? Where are they going to go? If she loses her house, where are the kids going? Like, that's what worries me. The mom thinks that she's going to be loving all my children and her daughter's going to move back into her house, but I know the daughter doesn't because they don't have a good relationship. Sounds like a fucking mess. Man. I'm concerned for the kids. That's a lot on kids. Tanya, will my job do anything about my rude coworkers? You know, it's like what are they going to do? It's like they can't tell somebody not to be rude. You know what I mean? Like they can try, but they feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. The situation burdens them. They feel unprepared and out of balance and disappointed and unsuccessful. Because how do you teach somebody that's an adult manners? And how do you reprimand them if they don't listen? Yeah, I mean, people are assholes. That's it, right? But how do you, like, what do you do about something like that? I don't think that there's anything that they can do. You can't fire somebody just because they're rude. I mean, I guess you could, or you could investigate them and find something that you could fire them on. But I don't know that they're going to do that. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to do that. You know, it's like if your neighbor is an asshole, what are you going to do about it? Like, there's not really anything you can do about it. You know, like, whatever. They played loud music at night, whatever. If you can ask them not to do that anymore, you could send the police over there, but you can't really do much about it. Yeah, that sucks. I would just try to stay away from them. Excuse me. Kevin, the two men pimped her and stole money over 20,000. Now she's getting ready to put it out in early November. Oh my God. Yeah, you could go take her to court. I mean, you're their father. You don't need to pay anything to see your children. They're your children. Well, that's the thing too. It's because they're not adults, so they're asshole teenagers. That's how teenagers can be. But you can't, like, how do you teach somebody manners, at the workplace? Like, what are they doing that's rude? I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of something that would drive me nuts. Oh, like, I would never do this. People, right, you would bring in your lunch and somebody would eat your lunch. And like, nobody wanted my lunch, trust me, but people would like eat other people's lunches. That's rude. But how do you call somebody out on that without any proof? And like, what do you say? Please make sure you don't eat somebody else's lunch. Like, you can't make an innocent mistake. I know I didn't bring that in. I know I didn't make that. How am I eating it? I mean, that's rude. But the thing is, like, how do you teach that? Like, those are manners that you're supposed to get growing up. And if you don't get them growing up, like, what does the workplace do about it? We had a situation with a woman who always wanted to eat, like, she would ask you, like, can I have some of that? And like, that's really like, it's like you're putting me on the spot. How do I say no? You can't have some. But like, it puts me in a predicament. Like, maybe I'm starving. But like, what are you going to do about that? Say to her, you can't ask people for stuff? Yeah, it's awkward because, yeah, like, there's not really much that you can do about it. Just hope that they move on with their lives and they leave. Tanya, will Kate contact me this week? Maybe later in the week. Could be later on this week you could hear from him. Brianna, tomorrow. Tomorrow you may need to have patience because it looks like everything is kind of slow and steady wins the race. Anxiety is moving into the past. You might be making a decision to walk away from something or someone that no longer serves you. Love cup is full. If you're with someone now, things look good tomorrow. If you're not with anyone, somebody can make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. A Leo enters. And you could be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Kevin, the kids are coming to my house, is where they're going to go. And so is my ex-wife. Yeah, the mother will not like that. But too bad. I mean, Georgia, general for the next few days. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It will serve you well. You've got a new journey on the horizon, and you may be coming up with a new way of bringing in extra cash or starting a side business or a side hustle of some type. Looks like you got some good luck coming in. You have some choices coming in. Making a decision to push your life forward, making it to the top of the mountain, you can breathe a sigh of relief. A Taurus enters, maybe thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Growth, change, and transformations coming in and around your life. Financial stability enters, a Scorpio enters. A disappointment moves into the past. I gave Avery some frozen fruit, and her hands are like stained purple. I'm hoping I can get that off by tomorrow. I think if I give her, I already gave her a bath. I should have gave her the fruit first. I think I may be able to scrub it off. Ariane C. General. Lover's card. If you're in a relationship, things look good. Soulmate connection that moves forward. Someone makes you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Got the world at your feet. The love cup is full. Something nice may be happening around love for you. The hard work you put in has come back to you. Four of Wands. Moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home, entertaining at home, upgrading a relationship, whatever it is, it's positive. Communication could come in out of the clear blue sky from a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Big Mama, love. You have a wish around love. Put it out into the universe. Somebody makes you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Looks like you've got new energy coming in. Cause for celebration comes in around an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. A Virgo and a Leo enter. You may have choices and options as we move through the fall. If you're not in a committed relationship right now, you could be exploring new options. And you could find yourself in a well-functioning, balanced relationship before the end of the year if you're not in one right now. Empress General. Being guided by the divine, stepping into your own strength could bring in a new business or job opportunity that pays very well. Negativity moves into the past. The Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities around money. Hard work you put in will come back to you. Yeah, you got money coming in. You got money coming in. You got a fire sign that enters that may be of significance too. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Ina, General for the week. Should be feeling better, respected and better compensated around work, school, or business. You got some nice money coming in. No longer waiting for your ship to come in. You're making things happen. Earth sign is around Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You have a wish, put it out into the universe. Could be spending time with an Aquarius this week. Perseverance pays off. Balance comes back to life, and the love cup here is full. It also looks like you could be reconnecting with an old friend from the past that you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. Adonis, what type of person would my interest PR be towards me? What kind of a person? They seem like they're a little slow and steady wins the race, and you might need to have patience with them. But they're very kind, caring, and sincere. There's plenty of room for growth, change, and transformation. You got a new journey on the horizon. They don't hold themselves back once they get to know you, but they might need a minute to kind of get comfortable. The Fool. You got a new journey on the horizon that should be a whole lot of fun. And they may be very spontaneous and outgoing once you get to know them. Spiritually Beautiful. Is KR trying to get me pregnant? You're in control of that. You don't want to get pregnant, and I would suggest not getting pregnant without discussing it first. I would make sure that you're taking care of that. No, I don't think he is. It's rare that I see men try to do that. That's a woman thing. I mean, it could happen. Men could do that. Thing is that if a man does that, he fucks himself hard. Because if it doesn't work out at some point, he's going to have to pay for that kid for the next 18 to 21 years, depending on the state. And there's no way of getting out of it. So men don't usually do that. That's women think that they're. I don't know. Like women think. I don't know that they're gonna. Like, if we have a baby, he's gonna love me. I don't know what they think, but it doesn't work, and it's usually a disaster. Hey, shit happens sometimes. You know, it happens to the best of us, but I think it's like having the intention. Like I'm going to get her pregnant. Well, you're not, because like if you don't want to get pregnant, you take birth control or you make him wear a condom. You know, it's like we know how to prevent pregnancy, so we have to, be make the right decision in the situation. Otherwise, yeah, usually men don't do that because the man's going to get fucked. The woman doesn't. Anonymous, general for this week. Got a new beginning on the horizon around money. I don't know if it's a new business opportunity or working more hours or whatever it is, it's positive. Got a new journey on the horizon. Stepping into your own strength and your own perseverance pays off. And you're feeling pretty confident this week. Life comes back into balance. Intuition is heightened. It also looks as if you've got a wish that comes true. Put it out into the universe. Cause for celebration comes in by the weekend, and you're taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. I think I'm at J. Brianna the Aries, current intentions towards me. Communications coming in. You should be hearing from her more, and you may be seeing her more in the near future. I would say she should be back around the picture with the Six of Cups. So I don't know where you guys are right now, but there's more to come. There should be more communication, and you should be seeing her more. Vicky, general for the next 48 hours. Taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care serves you well. It makes you feel like you've made it to the top of the mountain. You can breathe a sigh of relief. Life changes for the better quickly. Rest, relaxation. It looks like you might feel like life is starting to move forward for you in the next couple of days. Feeling a little bit more successful. Could be spending time with a Capricorn. It also looks like you've got a Libra around. Judgment. Being guided by the divine. Looks like an okay couple of days. Nav, does RT the Leo have feelings for me? I think so, yeah. I think so. Looking for something here that I haven't done. HK, general love reading for the next week. Listen to your intuition when it comes to love. You might make a decision to walk away from something or someone that no longer serves you. If you decide to do it, you probably will be making the right decision, because then a new beginning comes in through perseverance. A Leo comes in. Stepping into your own strength brings balance back into life. You also have a Sagittarius coming in that could be of significance. Maybe some new energy coming in. Mountain, hey. Yeah, all is average. Hope you're well too. Not thrilled with the waxing kit that I bought. I mean, I like the container and the stuff smells good, but I like the kind with the that you put the paper down and you pull it off. I wonder if I could still use that kind if I got different wax. I probably could. I don't know. I don't think I did a great job with my legs. Anyway, just saying. Hope as well. Energy on A and me. Anything that comes up. Okay, let's see. Energy around A. Well, the energy, it's like dual. It's like negativity, but yet moving forward. So it's like there's a whole lot of like negativity and pessimism around the situation, but at the same time, it's also moving forward and moving forward fast. So this is like one step forward, two steps back, two steps forward, one step back, but at least there's forward movement coming in. Looks like moving forward, he's not holding himself back so much, and you may finally feel like the hard work that you put out into the universe and into the situation comes back to you in the near future, maybe within the next couple of weeks. I think the energy's starting to get better. It's starting to break up a little less resistance around the situation. Kevin, what are my ex's real motives when she's trying to do and say that she was trying to get their money and it blew up in her face? What was my ex real motives when she was trying to do? I say she was trying to get their money. She was trying to get money from those two men, and it blew up in her face, probably. Let's see. Yeah, I think that she was trying to do something. She was trying to pull a fast one somehow, and they were two steps ahead of her, and it didn't work out for her. And I think that she's really feeling the sting from that. I don't know what she did, but she's pissed. I don't know if she was trying to steal their money, embezzling. I don't know, but yeah, it didn't work. Like two minds are better than one. They were on top of it. Mountain. How is M the Cancer going to see me? What potential is possibly there? Okay, M the Cancer. There is potential here. Sees you as somebody who is attractive and maybe even a little bit deep and mysterious. Things that think that things could change for the better for the two of you quickly. Finds you to be intelligent and attractive, and I would say doesn't hold themselves back, but they are a little bit slow and steady wins the race. That just may be how they operate, slow and steady. But I think that there's plenty of potential here. It looks good. She hasn't paid the mortgage in about a year and a half, 2 years. When the pandemic first started, every bank was different. My bank was willing to give me 3 months, but I just had Avery, so I wasn't a month behind, but I was gonna be a month behind because I wasn't working. I just had her. So I called them and I said, I just want you to know that I'm going to pay double in March because February is really tight because I just had a baby and I didn't work. Like I was out of work for some time. And they said that that was okay. They said that you don't, like, they don't even do anything until you're at least 2 or 3 months behind. Anyhow, so then they offered the 3 months like forbearance or whatever the hell I called it. So I called them and they said, okay, then we'll give you 3 months to catch up with the 4 month payment. And that's what I did. So and at the end of the time when I was supposed to make the, I believe that the payment came due at like June 15th, because for some odd reason my mortgage is due on the 15th. So I paid it all then. And then I just have been, I'm just regular now. Like I'm just back on my normal schedule. So, but my brother's mortgage kept extending it for him. They just kept offering it to him. Oh, well, we'll add the months on the end of the mortgage. So if you, I don't know, say you're supposed to be done paying it in 2030. If you're supposed to be done paying it in 2030 and they gave you 3 months now, then it would be 2030, but 3 months after that. If you took 6 months, it would be 6 months later. And I think that they offered it up to a year, but it depends on the mortgage company. So if she hasn't been paying anything and she's not talking to the mortgage company, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the mortgage companies don't screw around, because when I didn't make that payment in February, like I got a letter in the mail and I called them. I wasn't like just not paying it. Even now, like if I don't, I have between the 15th and the 30th to pay it. But if they don't have it by like the 25th, I'll get a letter saying that we're just letting you know your mortgage is due. It's like, yeah, I know, I'm going to mail it. Mountain, what happened to T the Gemini? Did he decide to go in a different direction? I haven't heard from him. No, I don't think so. It looks like he may be stuck, or he may have had some other issues around. The timing around the situation has been poor, but the hard work you put in is going to come back to you. You have a wish around the situation, and there's potential for a new beginning. It also looks like you might hear from him like this week or relatively soon. You know, Kevin, my friend and I always have this conversation where, like, people that get married for money. She's like, I always feel like that's like a form of prostitution. Like, you don't like him. He just has a lot of money. That's why you're marrying him. But sometimes I feel like those relationships kind of work, because, I don't know, she does nothing that she's not fazed by him. She doesn't care what he does. She's only in it for the money. And he seems to not care, because, like, this is not my friend. This is somebody else that we know. And he doesn't care, because she lets him do what he wants, because she doesn't really want to be bothered with him. Where am I up to here? Anthony, suggestions from the cards about the Cancer in me. Okay, give it time. Negativity is moving into the past. Success does come in and communication comes in at some point, but you have a soulmate connection coming in with a Gemini possibly and an Aries. So don't sit around waiting for this Cancer if other opportunities show up. You could be starting a new journey. It may take the other girl a long time to reach out to you, but at some point you will hear from her. Listen to your intuition when she reaches out. At that point, you may be dating somebody else. Let's see what happens with that. What about beautiful one, finances? The Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. The wish comes true. Somebody makes you an offer that would be hard to turn down, and you are not holding yourself back. You got money coming in through divine timing. The hard work that you put into school, work, business, whatever you do all day is going to come back to you. Got a new beginning around jobs or finances or business, or even a side hustle is possible. Page of Pentacles could be picking up a side hustle to bring in extra money, or even creating a side business that brings in extra money. TR, is Vargov ready to reconnect with me? I don't think the timing is there just yet. Not right now. There still seems to be some distance between the two of you. Rhonda, who's coming towards me in love? Anxiety around love moves into the past. You're making a decision for your love life to move forward. A Scorpio comes in. Sagittarius comes in. Things change for you for the better quickly. Pause for celebration comes in around love. Scorpio and Sag. Caribbean financials. Being guided by the divine, the hard work that you put into your financial life will come back to you. Looks like you should be feeling like you make it to the top of the mountain when you pick up a new job or a new job opportunity on the horizon. It looks like stepping into your own strength serves you well. An offer may come in that would be hard to turn down. You do have money coming to you. 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. There's money coming in. We had finances for October and November. Well, you should feel like things are moving forward financially, or things are improving. You have a wish around finances. No longer holding yourself back. Stepping into your own strength. There may be a new opportunity or a new way to bring in extra money between now and the end of October. There's small improvement. I'm not going to say that it's good, like all of your financial worries moving into the past, but it does look like things are improving between now and then. Yeah, you got a new journey on the horizon that could bring in extra cash. S. Rosie, should I now talk to BC or give him some more time? I would give him a little bit more time. Luz, career for this week. Looks pretty good. Feeling better compensated, feeling better respected, feeling like you've got some choices. There's money coming in. Something should come in that makes you happy. And it looks like you're headed towards the 10 cups being full. Not bad. Malika, love reading. No longer holding yourself back. Being guided by the divine brings cause for celebration that comes in. Might be making a decision to leave people, places, and things in the past that no longer serve you. You also have a fire sign coming in, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You may be feeling undecided about them because you also have a Taurus that comes in that may come in where you feel like there's relief around that situation. Get a new beginning around love on the horizon. If you're not with anyone right now, I think you got new energy coming in. Harsha, general for the next 2 weeks. You're feeling well prepared. Life is coming back into balance. Things are moving forward. You may be able to take a road trip, or you may have some small travel over the next couple of weeks. Looks like you're laying down the law, setting up boundaries. Headed towards the 10 cups being full. You won't be there in the next 2 weeks, but you're heading in the right direction. An air sign comes in, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. It also looks like life changes for the better for you quickly. A disappointment moves into the past. Somebody from your past returns, or you reconnect with somebody from your past. Kevin. On the first day, my ex loses her home and she shows up at my door or my job. What is she going to say? Okay, I don't know exactly what she's going to say, but the way it comes off is that she comes back kind of like with her tail between her legs, feeling like she's brokenhearted and disappointed, and she's looking for support and help. And she feels like she's got nowhere to turn, so she's coming to you. And I'm not going to say she's groveling, but she comes back kind of like sort of desperate. Like, I don't know what else to do. I have nowhere else to go. Meanwhile, I feel like she's created this mess. She's really created the mess. And she's going to be looking for you to save her. Red, how did the ritual go tonight? Whatever it was, it went well. Feeling like you went to like a relief around the situation, success. The hard work that went into it paid off or will be paying off. It looks like it's gone well. Success comes in. Yeah, the world is at your feet. Success comes in. Julie, will C still come to the dinner party for my mom on the 16th? Or does other plans interfere? No, I think he's coming. I think he's coming. Social butterfly, next 72 hours. Feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Around a work, school, or business thing, a Virgo enters. It also looks like you could be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It will serve you well, and it will also help to ease anxiety. A Scorpio enters. Perseverance pays off around work or school, whatever you do all day. Is there anybody here that I haven't answered for yet? C. Am I on the right path to financial independence I want to achieve? Yes, I think for the most part, yeah. I think you know what you're doing. Anybody else here haven't answered for yet? Pradarsh this weekend. Got some good luck coming in. Got a new journey on the horizon, or something comes out of the blue that's exciting and spontaneous. Got some money coming in. You could be spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And it looks like you might make a decision to walk away from something that you feel no longer serves you. TD, general for this week ahead. You have a wish, put it out into the universe. An old wound is starting to heal and move into the past. Could be spending time with a Taurus. Perseverance pays off and your intuition is heightened, so definitely listen to it. It also looks like things start to move forward. Growth, change, and transformations coming in and around your life with a new business opportunity. A Scorpio may be involved in that, or Scorpio may be around. And you've got some nice choices coming in next week. Pretty good. Why am I tired? And then meanwhile, like, I'll be up until 2 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get myself on a better schedule. I keep saying that. C. Would it be better to a different phone company or stay with the one I have? Okay. Would I be better changing phone companies? I think you should stay with the one that you have right now. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't know. The cards don't indicate it's a good time to change. Well, maybe because it's Mercury retrograde. It's not a good time to change. Elizabeth, so how does the ex relationship with his partner? Oh, he's with somebody else and he's texting you? That's really all you need to know. That's how good it's going. Like the love has run out. It also looks like there may be some anxiety around the situation, and they may be doing a lot of fighting. He may be waiting, like feeling like he's waiting for his ship to come in, and communication could be down between the two of them. I wouldn't be surprised now that you mentioned that if he's looking for an exit plan. You know, like he's looking for a way out. General read. You've got the world at your feet and you have some money coming in. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain and your life is starting to move forward. No longer feeling stuck or stagnant. You may feel like this new job that you got, you may really like it. It looks like a disappointment moves into the past and you're no longer feeling so burdened by the weight of the world. Life comes back into balance and romance could heat up. You've got you do have a committed relationship on the horizon if you're looking. If you're looking to be in a committed relationship, it could be with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Kevin, why does my ex choose to go with me instead of her mom? I say because the relationship is rocky and they're fighting because she's prostituting. But does the mother know that? I don't know if they're fighting because the mother knows about the prostituting. I think that they're fighting, and I think that, well, I think that they fight, but I think that the daughter doesn't want to go with the mother because the mother is very controlling, very manipulating, and she's like has enough with the mother. And I don't think that she wants to be living there where she's with her 24/7 and has nowhere to go. I think that she feels like suffocated by her mother. So I don't think that she wants to go there. It reminds me of a little bit of my grandmother. Like, after my mother died, I could have moved in with my grandmother. That would have been much easier. I mean, it would have been much easier for me financially, but I would not have been happy living with her. So that's the difference. It's like sometimes you have to think like to me, my freedom and my happiness is worth more than a free ride, right? Because that's what it would have been. She wouldn't have charged me to live there, but I also would not have been able to do anything like color my hair in the bathroom or, like, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be able to have privacy and I was, 25. you know what 25-year-olds are doing, going out, drinking, partying, going to karaoke, doing this and that. I wouldn't have been able to do any of that if I lived with my grandmother. My grandmother would have been here all the time. So I needed my own space. I get it. I don't think that her and her mom, whether they get along or not, or they're fighting constantly, or the prostitution thing is even an issue, I don't think she wants to give any more control to her mother. Her mom knows everything now because I destroyed the mom and the daughter and got them fighting by telling the daughter that her mom... Oh, okay. That's, yeah, messy situation there for sure. Julie, will C sleep over on the night of the 16th because the night will run late? Or would he play that he has to go home because of the girl stuff? I don't think he's going to play so much of that girl stuff bullshit anymore now that he said that. I don't think he, I think he'll sleep over. If he comes, I think he's going to sleep over. I don't know. I think that this is kind of his way of putting that to rest. Let's see what happens. C, how will S react when I give them my terms? All right, I don't know what this situation is, but this person isn't happy. There's deceit around the situation, and it looks like they're walking away. So I don't know what the situation is. They may not react to it well. However, there could be more negotiating down the line that then could lead to a new journey of some sort. So initially, they may not be happy. If that happens, you give them a little bit of space, they'll come back with a new offer. High vibration, love for October. Could have some new energy that comes in. You got passion coming in, and things could move forward very quickly. With an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, a disappointment moves into the past and romance heats up. Happy thoughts, week ahead. Somebody makes you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Divine timing puts you at the right place at the right time, where you could run into an old friend or someone you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. Got some money coming in, and you could be paying off a bill of debt or a loan. Adriana, general love. Romance should be heating up. Out of the clear blue sky when you least expect it. A disappointment moves into the past. An air sign comes in, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You got a wish, put it out into the universe, and you're prepared for it. The magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. It also looks like things change for the better for you quickly. The hard work that you put into love comes back to you. It also looks like you got a new journey on the horizon that comes in out of the blue. Let's see what happens. Marley, can you give me a rough idea when my partner will return home? Nine. Okay. So I don't know how if this person is, out for the evening, out for away, whatever the situation is. So if this is somebody who you expect to return soon, they'll probably be home around 9 o'clock, or give or take 9:15, a quarter to 9, something like that. If they've left for an extended period of time, they could be back in as soon as 9 days. It could also take up to 9 weeks. At the very latest, it looks like with the diamonds, they'll be coming back sometime this winter. Is there anybody else here that I haven't answered for? Kevin, I know I told her mom what she was doing, and that would get them fighting in a war. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I also think that, yeah, the daughter doesn't like being so controlled by the mother. I mean, the whole situation's very bizarre. Lolly, 24 hours. An old wound moves into the past, starts to heal and move into the past. You shouldn't have to deal with it again. Looks like you may come up with a new side hustle or a new way to bring in extra cash. It also looks like you might be feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain. You can breathe a sigh of relief. You got a fire sign entering. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. C. Will the dynamic between me and T be in my favor moving forward? It's somewhat of a power struggle between the two of you. I can't say yes at this point. It looks like it's tough. It's tough to get it to go in your favor. I don't know what their problem is. They're kind of, there's kind of resistance around the situation on their part. I changed. Oh, I put tarot there. You know why? Because I feel like if you're looking for tarot, the name should be in the title. You know when I thought about that? Because, like the yoga studios that I worked for, if they didn't have yoga in the title, like I worked at one place, it didn't have yoga in the title. And my teacher was like, you want to know why the business is failing, right? But who knows it's a yoga studio, right? So I thought about that. I was like, you know what? How come I don't have tarot in the title when that's mostly what I do? So that's why I added it. Anyways. When I first started the channel, the original idea really was, I came up with the idea, but I had two friends that were going to be working with me. One was going to do like a blog because he has had such experiences that like you would be like, how did he live through that? He always says he's got 9 lives. And he's very creative and he loves to write. And then my other friend wanted to do a lot of like the IT stuff because she's kind of good with that. But they didn't have the time to devote to it. So I started and I'm like, you know, like we would work together. And she actually took a lot of pictures of me. She was like, well, if you're going to kind of be the face, I'll take pictures of you. And it just kind of evolved and they just never really wound up being so involved in it. Anyhow, like, you know how life happens. So anyhow, so I named it the Magic Junk Drawer because I didn't want to be locked into one thing. But then the tarot thing just kind of took off and I'm very grateful that it did. So anyhow, but I like that. I would put videos up about anything, any situation that comes up because, you know, I feel like we all go through very similar situations and hearing one person's story can help. You know, it's like you can relate to it. Like everybody can relate to being disappointed. Everybody can relate to, you know, being betrayed. We've all been there before. So I like it being kind of open to, you know, we can do whatever we want. Julie, all good with career 9 months from now. Yeah, your career looks good. And you have so much potential around you. Kevin, I want the mom and the daughter fighting, and that keeps the daughter away from her mom because the mom doesn't like her daughter. Yeah. Nev, I answered that earlier. I said I think he does have feelings for you. You know what I would like to do? I would like to be able to play music, but I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright. Like even if I, like if I ask the person, you know, like I love like rain or calming music or piano or whatever. John that comes here, right? He has a channel, but I don't know if I could use his channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if YouTube will give me a copyright. Anyhow. Anyways, is there anybody else here that I haven't answered for? How about Mel? I didn't answer for Mel yet. New me. General for this week. Could be paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. It also looks like you're no longer holding yourself back and you're making a decision to listen to your intuition and take a leap of faith. I don't know what's going on, but there could be a new beginning on the horizon. You also may be making a decision to walk away from something or someone you feel no longer serves you. Sagittarius enters. Somebody makes you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Could be that Sagittarius. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. It will do you well. Yeah, Kevin, I'm hoping that things work out for you. I feel sorry for your kids. It's tough situation for them. I had to tell her mom to destroy the mom and the daughter. Yeah, the mom's a pain in the ass. Anybody else? Well, how about Mel? Is she here? Julie, would I get the place cleaned up good enough by the 13th? Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, absolutely. So this prostitution stuff is like the mother is like mother like daughter. Both of them are out there prostituting, trying to get something off of a man. But it just doesn't work. No, it doesn't. The mother is like that too, and yet she's mad at the daughter for doing it. Oh, you're welcome. She's mad at the daughter for doing it, and she doesn't. Thank you, thank you. What about Mel? Is she here? Maybe she's not here. So I'm going to be traveling tomorrow. I'll only be able to do one live stream tomorrow night, and I'm only going to have tarot cards. I won't have anything else. So just keep that in mind. I won't have the spirit cards or any of the fancy cards. And I'll be home on Friday, so we can resume the regular, the other cards then. But I'm going to see my dad for a few days. Speaking of music, I heard that you can't play Stars music. Yeah, you can't. And you know, one time I didn't get a strike for it, but I don't know. They took the video down because Avery was listening. She was watching whatever cartoon it was. Oh, it was Dinosaur Train, and the theme song was playing in the background. It wasn't even like I was playing it. It was like in the next room. All right, let me just do Ruby. Ruby R will be my last one because there's one more person. Oh, thank you. Yep, I'll be on tomorrow. I think I land like 3 o'clock. Ruby R love reading for the next 3 months. Well, a tower moment and a disaster moves into the past. You have a new beginning on the horizon that's quite passionate, possibly with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Looks like the next relationship you enter should be well balanced, well functioning, and it might not happen until like maybe later on this year or early next year, but when things move forward for you, it's like a breath of fresh air. I think it's going to be with the water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Is that 3 months from now? Maybe you'll be meeting the person in 3 months from now. I can't swear you're going to be in the relationship, though. Aqua Mystic General for this week. Arguments move into the past. You could have some money coming in. You may be paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan. A Cancer enters. Could be taking a road trip or planning a road trip. There's a little bit of travel coming in. Laying down the law, setting up boundaries serves you well, and you're no longer feeling stuck or held back, but you're feeling as if finally things are starting to move forward. Thank you, thank you. I love war between mom and daughter because it makes the daughter run from her. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Probably about maybe 9:30. Depends whether or not she'll probably sleep on the plane, but that's okay. That's a good time for her to sleep. Maybe she'll go to bed early tomorrow night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all very much for being here. Have a good